Dude, when I found out there was an Aqua Team Hunger Force video game, I flipped. One of my favorite Adult Swim cartoons decided to pair up with Midway to create this. Aqua Team Hunger Force Zombie Ninja Pro AM. It's a golf game. It was produced in between seasons 4 and 5 of the show. I was pretty ecstatic to be exploring this title, only to realize that there was one small flaw. It sucked.
So the box art intrigues me with its presence of Moonanite egg. Above him we see a katana. We also see a badly bent straw, run over meat, and discarded fries that is supposed to play imagery of the 3 original characters. The back displays 3 Polaroid images that state "Kill Golf Race." The back description states, "Frylock has been admitted into Jersey Pines, South Jersey's most prestigious, exclusive public golf course, and Shake was rejected." Actually, he didn't apply. He doesn't know how to play golf. What does that even matter? He's pissed. Do battle against Carl, the Moonanites, McPeepants, the Plutonians, and other classic villains. Drive your electric golf cart like a real jerk with complete disregard for your own life, and race against the frat aliens. Hear the actual voices of your favorite cartoon characters recorded in incredible digital quality. Only you can ensure that Master Shake is triumphant over evil and the mandatory dress code regarding collared shirts. I'm really excited entering this game, because I feel like I'm entering a satire of golf games. Why is it a golf game? I'm not exactly sure. Opening the case displays the disc as a roughed up golf ball. Pretty simple, but it gets the job done. The instruction manual, I kind of really enjoy it. On the top we have a scorecard that has both Frylock and Shake written. Inside the manual reveals an ink-drawn table of contents with a battle-ready Carl located below it. These cute doodles of the Aqua Team universe are accompanied with the different controls. The game features weapon pickups that are listed in the manual. The description of these items feature quips like Gorgotron's repellent. Use it on Gorgotron to momentarily lull him to sleep, just like when your therapist has to listen to your boring issues. Okay, well, what about this one? This is Frylock's long-range weapon pickup, just like a roll of toilet paper at a Mexican restaurant. It doesn't last very long. Alright, I mean, like, you know, sometimes jokes don't age well, funny, but let's plug it in and see how it plays.
So there's 2 main unlockables in the game. You have cameo clips and Brood Witch pieces. Cameo clips are just that. Characters from the show from seasons 1 through 5 getting a 15-second clip that you can watch. Then you also have Brood Witch pieces, which are 1 per level. Once you get 12 of them, you unlock what they call a Brood Witch Battle for the Ages. I looked it up. Someone uploaded it on YouTube, and it's a 6-minute battle. I'm pretty impressed by it. They're definitely not false advertising, that's for sure.
The main menu will surprise you with the initial design of 2D characters in a 3D world. I feel Shake's face looks rather too happy, knowing how cynical he is. Menu options look very appealing. The characters sit in their living room with an Atari setup. Every 5 seconds, the game gives you character dialogue.
Look who's here!
Because we have Carl, who is the announcer.
Contest? Because I'll win. I'll stay here all day. And you, unlike me, have to go to the bathroom at some point.
The extra menus provides you with plenty of artwork as well as a 5-minute interview with the original writers of the show.
Teen Hunger Force, Zombie Ninja, Pro Round.
My name is Matt Malero. I'm co-creator of Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I'm Dave Willis, I'm also that. There are no zombies or ninjas that I know of yet, but those will be added digitally.
They even added 4 episodes, one being the Never Before Seen episode, which did eventually air as an episode itself the next season. The interview between the writers really displayed their passion on this project.
We really hope that this game has amazing graphics and cutting-edge technology. We keep saying that in emails, in all caps and bold. Amazing graphics and cutting-edge technology.
And it's constantly ignored.
So Shake went through the mail and discovered Frylock was accepted into Jersey Pines. Frylock said he could bring 2 guests along, and Shake of course boasted and claimed to show them how to really play golf.
Hey everybody, and we're here at the tutorial level. Layout's pretty simple, lower middle class neighborhood, vinyl siding, nowhere I would live.
We can afford way better. We have jobs.
Go ahead and knock out every window. Get a feel for the clubs.
I am afraid of rodents.
Yes, you are.
I loved this level design. It felt cool to see the 3D layout of their home. So we basically break Carl's windows, resulting him to come out, and he's...
We should really practice at the course.
And pay for it? I don't think so.
Hey, what are you doing?
Our next lesson.
I heard a smash, and I knew that it was...
He looks fucking high as fuck.
Confront you. Brain them, like so.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
Using the X button.
What's an X?
The game then gives you an objective to land the ball into Carl's pool. I did not do this very well. It gives you a flag to aim for, but it's not 100% accurate. After landing the first ball, Frylock then said,
"That's it, get a few more in, because this is all that happens in the whole game."
Alright, so Shake wants to golf a perfect 18, so he breaks into Carl's car and ran him over as they make their way to the golf course. By the way, there's 12 levels in the game, there's not 18. The background music I found in this game was rather fun. Hole 1 being a tutorial level did not show you the slaying mechanics yet though. Alright, so the game has 3 elements: golfing, slaying, and racing. An 8-bit loading screen will have a theme based on that level. When the level starts, it will start like a typical golf level. You ready the wind speed, lay out your shot, and press a series of X buttons to determine velocity and direction. After you hit the ball, the player is given a radar with a sniper sight in the direction of an icon of the character you're playing. This will tell you where enemies are and is required to be cleared before continuing your game. Following this, the player has to walk all the way over to the golf ball as the game turns into a hack and slash collectathon. So after being exposed to the hack and slash mechanic for the very first time, I didn't mind it at first. You can switch between Frylock and Shake and you see a lot of familiar faces and you hear a lot of familiar quips. Some holes end with a boss, first being a pissed off Carl. Completing a level quantifies your game. I got a bogey on the very first level. The game does not make it easy for you to golf a par. I think they're probably doing this on purpose since we're playing as Shake and we want to spite Shake, but I couldn't do it, man.
That guy.
But we're a team.
Off my lap.
By hole 3, I started to notice a lot of flaws in this game. Alright, so 1, there was a lot of repeated dialogue. I loved the writing, but it seemed that the developers relied too much on the dialogue, making it feel frequent, therefore annoying.
Destroy.
Level up. Roll the ancient die.
Only ancient prophets have been made.
There you go, Paul.
Just stop lying.
Once Sweetwater's on the team, give him a good whack. Give it a try.
Hey, when do you remember? Level up. Roll the
If you
ancient
find one of those,
die.
you can use Meatwater as bait for your enemies.
2 is the pacing. One level feels like it takes forever to complete. The fact that you have to walk a large distance with little to no speed boosts or new moves makes the segment more of a chore than a neat feature. 3. Unnecessary obstacles. The Moonanites placed a circle of quad lasers that ended up being an obstacle during the final putt of a hole. It is really wonky and I think the hitboxes are larger than it appears. I also find it doesn't make any sense story-wise, nor fun gameplay-wise, so why do you have it? It seems like the game has too many hazards. One being this random placed toilet that sucks your ball. Is it funny? Kind of. Is it annoying? Hell yeah. There are times where the game will reward me for a good shot, then I'll just have the ball land out of bounds. You could use a mulligan, which basically saves the ball, but you're going to end up missing more than the mulligans that you have. Another good power-up is where you can actually use Meatwad as the ball, and you can actually control him. It is a very useful move, and it's fun to use. You only get about 2 a level. So every level will rotate music, sounds, weapons, pickups, and mobs to help attempt to spread out the gameplay. Hole 5 gives us the racing mechanic, and man, this was the worst of the entire gameplay experience. We would race the frat aliens in a race around the hole since Shake wants to spite them. The gameplay for this is super shoddy. The frame rate will occasionally drop frames, the car is super clumsy to even the slightest arches that makes your car spin out very easily. There are pickups available, but these are placed really inconveniently and require constant replays in order to build up your muscle memory to master. The race itself can take up to 5 minutes, and if you lose, you gotta do it all over again. The worst part is the AI. The AI is not only able to use items, but they are immune to their own vomit spills on the grassy fields.
Give me it! Give me it! Yes! Come on, we're going! We're going home! We're going home! Come on! Come on, do it! No! 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 No!
there's also invisible walls located in the darker shade of grass, making it so annoying to do certain turns. What would an unfair race be complete without a rubber band AI? So to try to beat this level, I learned a few strategies like braking in mid-air or not accelerating while you're going up on the incline to avoid spinning out.
No, don't tell me. No, yeah, you would have fucking thought, dude, we're gonna do it. We're gonna fucking do it this time, yes.
It took me several close calls and 2 rage quits, but I finally beat the level. Hole 6 brings us to the moon, where we fight wrenches and Moonanite clones. The gameplay does not make up for how slow this game is. By the time I made it to the end of the hole, I lost all my lives. And since the pacing of the title is so slow, it just felt like a chore to want to start the level over again. I did learn that the power-ups must be heavily used in order to succeed. They are nifty and very useful, but add time to your gameplay when you think about all the walking you have to do to get them. The final boss of this level is Gorgotron, and in order to defeat him, you have to grab the repellent and use it. But get this, when you grab this item, you have less than 10 seconds to use it or it despawns out of your inventory.
Have you been following laws?
I am so bored.
And so are we. We will drive you home then, with our suspended license.
I have a license-making machine, and mine is no longer suspended.
Shotgun.
Hole 7 would introduce a sandy beach with a higher wind speed. It also features a narrow pathway to the hole. The game is already hard to predict where your ball will go, and this wind buff made it much worse. I eventually was getting too frustrated with the game. I don't understand why they thought that it would be necessary to require the player to clear the screen in order to continue. If this has to be the case, there needed to be more incentives like more powerful items or more moves. I was surrounded by enemies with missiles that became so overwhelming, I lost all of my lives in one spot. I tapped out here. At this point, the game wasn't worth the frustration. I decided to watch the rest of the cinematics.
Alright guys, you know what we have to do now. We're gonna have to switch games. Just cause I don't want to do this level again. And look at this fiasco.
Big time. Golf is for losers. You want to talk about a real sport, it's called professional football. Because you know what? I was scouted in college. I could have totally gone pro.
Finish him.
Who was that guy?
That's Ultra Mega Chicken. Open. Closing pretty fast.
Scoot over me, bro.
Fatality.
Oh, why? Why is it always the best people that gotta take time out of their day to see dumbasses get buried?
So let's summarize what I just talked about. First, let's talk about what I liked. I really enjoyed the soundtrack provided by Adult Swim Records. Bands like Mastodon and Andrew WK were used on the soundtrack for this title. I think the original writers did everything right on their part, because I greatly enjoyed the original dialogue to the point that made me want to watch the rest of the game. I also have to give props to the creative work that was put into the instruction manual. It makes owning the game worth the shelf space. The unlockables have a really good incentive. The amount of bonus content is outstanding, plus 4 episodes of Aqua Team Hunger Force. Now for what I dislike. The combat in the game is way too slow to enjoy. Not enough moves or abilities makes the game rely heavily on spamming the X button. This is where we should have been able to ride the golf cart. Or how about Carl's car if we fixed it or something, I don't know. This could have helped the slow pacing of the slaying mechanic. Difficulty. The game has a lot of small issues that add to its difficulty. One example being the race missions, timers to items, wind speed, enemies with more health. There's a difference between a good hard game that requires the player to strategize and think beyond what they're capable of, and a game that uses difficulty to add filler to the total playtime of the game. There needs to be more balance, and this game does not have it. Repetitive dialogue. The game relied a lot on the dialogue to make up for the pacing. It seemed I was hearing the same dialogue over and over throughout the level. Lastly, the game is only 12 levels, and not 18. You can beat the game in about 3 hours, if you're good at it at least. I wouldn't say this is the worst game I've ever played, because the passion is clearly in the writing and the bonus content. I really admired all the cameos of the characters from the Aqua Team universe, but really this game just stands as a novelty. A game that shadows fun from a fun show. I wish I could give this a higher rating, but I think my final verdict, I give it a 4.
Give me that what's up chain. I want those novelty sunglasses. Let me 2 large pickles and,
Taste.
Yeah, all right. Throw it on there.
out of 10. Hole 2, the pair added much needed humor to the game. I laughed a lot.